In a special election held this week for a House seat in Ohio, the Republican candidate won, but despite the results, it's largely seen as good news for Democrats. So how is that? It's a district Republicans have won with a 30-point margin in the last 4 elections for that House seat. This year's race was a 9-point difference. Here's a look at some of the headlines covering this special election. A closer than expected Ohio congressional race surprises Republicans and encourages Democrats. GOP averts disaster in Ohio shocker. Election shock as Republican district shifts 20 points to Democrats. Ignore the polls. Republicans have a major voter turnout problem. Here's a quick look at Ohio's 6th district. Trump won here in 2020 by about 30 percentage points. House Representative Bill Johnson won the district in his last 4 elections by even more than that. Johnson stepped down in January to become a university president, paving the way for this week's special election between Republican Michael Rulli and Democrat Michael Kripchak. Rulli won, but his 9-point victory is seen as slim given these previous landslides in the district. The two will face off again in November, since this was only a special election to finish Johnson's term. And voter turnout is typically lower in these sort of elections, something Rulli says his team was aware of from the start. Rulli said, "We knew the polls were going to be close, and the guy I ran against really worked. He's a really hard worker." Asked about the close election, Kripchak said, "I know there's a lot of commentary about how this is a Trumpian district, but that's not what I learned on the campaign trail. I hope this is a wake-up call for those Democrats that seem to be in a discouraged state of mind that we can do this. Just come out and vote." While polls can suggest a lead for a certain political candidate and give momentum to a campaign, what counts is whether those voters show up to the polls to vote. Voter turnout being key in who will get this House seat in November, but also who will take the White House and control Congress. I'm Kara Rucker. For more election-related stories as we get closer to Election Day, download the Straight Arrow News app or visit us at san.com.